So today we're looking at several lazy money tips that can help you save more, get ahead, and just feel more confident about your finances overall. And to be abundantly clear, I use that term lazy very loosely because it doesn't mean that you won't have to do anything. But what it does mean is that you won't have to put forth too much effort, or once you do something one time, the savings will keep rolling in. But before jumping in, I create videos on personal finance and money mindset. So hit the like button and subscribe if you like these types of videos and you want to see more. So the first thing you can do is ask your utility company about a budget plan. Some monthly bills remain the same from month to month, which can make budgeting easier. And these might include your insurances and maybe your cell phone bill. But other expenses like your electricity or your gas can change from month to month based on usage. And if you're on a tight budget, even the slightest increase can throw you off. So to avoid any surprises and to keep these expenses as fixed as possible, call your utility company to see if they offer budget planning. If available, you'll pay a fixed amount for these utilities every month for a year, which is based on your average usage over the previous 12 months. And at the end of this period, your utility company will again review your usage and then determine your monthly rate for the next 12 months. And while we're on the subject of home expenses, another thing you can do is bundle your insurances, which involves having multiple policies with the same provider. Some people never reshop insurance, so they buy a policy and they will often stay with the same company for years and never consider other options. But shopping around and comparing rates can help you save money. As a matter of fact, if you have multiple policies with the same company, maybe your auto insurance, your renter's insurance, or homeowner's insurance, you might save as much as 15% to 25%. Now, bundling, it's not always cheaper, but that's something that you really won't know until you look into it. So there's no harm in calling your providers to see what type of multi-policy discount they can offer you. Also, if you shop online, adding a browser extension is probably one of the easiest ways to save money without too much effort. Discount codes are great for saving money. You can enter one at checkout to get free shipping or maybe a percentage off of your purchase. But instead of waiting for a code to come through email or searching for one online, an extension can do the work for you, and there are different types such as Honey, Capital One Shopping, and Ibotta. Once you have one, all you have to do is add items to your shopping cart, and then the browser will automatically search for coupons and discount codes that you can apply to your order. Another super easy thing you can do to potentially save money is to make sure you eat a snack before going shopping or running errands. And I know this might sound like a really strange tip, but I recently read that hungry shoppers spend on average about 60% more. And apparently this applies regardless of what you're buying. So it can be food, clothes, or anything. And the reason is because being hungry can increase the desire to acquire stuff. So before going out, make sure you grab something. It can be a granola bar, a full meal, or maybe just a piece of fruit. You can also ask for a raise before job hunting. Life gets more expensive by the year, so to make sure that you're able to continue to cover all of your needs, you might look into earning more money, which often involves finding a job that pays more. Now, if you're in a toxic work environment or you don't like what you do, or if you feel that you're not being challenged, job hunting to earn more makes perfect sense. But you might also be in a situation where you like your job, you like what you do, you like your employer, and you like your coworkers. It's pretty much the ideal setting. The only problem is that you feel as if you're not getting paid your worth. And while going to another job might provide the income that you need, the work environment might be completely opposite of what you have at the moment. In this scenario, switching jobs could be a risky move. But one way to try and get the best of both worlds, and I do put emphasis on the try, is to ask your employer for a raise before job hunting. I've heard of many stories of people doing this and taking a chance. And even though they didn't really expect to get much, they ended up getting what they needed. Another lazy money tip is to let your bills pay themselves. And I realize that some people do not like auto pay and they prefer to manually submit their payments. But there was a survey conducted related to paying bills, and over 30% of those surveyed admitted to a late payment. And not because they didn't have money to pay the bill, but because they forgot. Life can get crazy and hectic, and when it does, an expense can easily fall through the cracks. However, if you occasionally forget about due dates, automating can solve this problem, especially if you're good with budgeting and you always have money in your account on or before your due dates. This way, you'll never miss another payment and you can avoid late fees. But automating doesn't only save money by preventing late fees. Signing up for the service in itself can also result in savings. Some companies, including a few wireless providers, will discount your bill by $5 to $10 if you sign up for autopay. Likewise, if you have a student loan, some providers might decrease your interest rate by 0.25% if you agree to autopay. Another lazy money tip is to create an automated savings plan. Saving money requires discipline, and for some people, it can be hard to get into a regular, consistent routine. And for this reason, I always recommend having some type of automated savings plan. This can include scheduling recurring transfers with your bank or credit union and using micro investing platforms. My personal favorite for this is Acorns because it offers a simple way to save and invest with little money. Once you sign up, you can link a debit or credit card, and when you use this card, Acorns will round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and then invest the difference in a diversified portfolio of ETFs. Plus, you can set up one-time or recurring transfers into your account at any time, starting as low as $5. If you're interested, I will include a link below. And as a bonus, if you use my referral code, Acorns will give you $10 to start. Another easy thing you can do to save money with little effort is to skip the shopping cart when you go to the store to pick up a few items. There have been a number of studies that have looked into the connection between shopping carts and overspending. When shopping carts double in size, customers spend on average about 40% more. In fact, just the mere act of grabbing one can increase the likelihood of buying items not on your list. But on the flip side of that, we can only carry but so much stuff in our hands, so by skipping the cart altogether, we could possibly avoid a lot of impulse buys. Also, after you pay off a loan or maybe a credit card, you can increase your savings faster by making those payments to yourself. When some people free up money in their budget, they don't always put the money to good use. Instead, they might spend it on stuff that they don't really need. Now, obviously, there's nothing wrong with having fun and enjoying your extra money, but at the same time, you don't want to completely blow it all. So let's say you had a $300 monthly car payment and you paid it off. One thing you can do is pretend like the bill still exists and then transfer this money to savings on the day that you would have paid the lender. Also, you should get into a habit of keeping smaller appliances and electronics unplugged when you're not using them. Plugs for things like your coffee maker, your toaster, or even your cell phone charger are usually easily accessible, so plugging and unplugging these things shouldn't take too much effort. And the reason to unplug is because even when turned off, these items continue to draw power, which can cost you money. In fact, the United States Department of Energy reports that homeowners can save anywhere between $100 and $200 each year by simply unplugging devices not in use. So that's all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and also subscribe if you like personal finance and you want to see more videos like this. I typically post every weekend, so thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in a few days.